If you haven't gotten the Starcrossed mission, the Exotic Bow Wishkeeper, or the Catalyst, I'm gonna walk you through all three of these things. If you've already gotten most of it, feel free to skip through the video. I will have timestamps active. First things first, to even unlock the Exotic Starcrossed mission, you have to be on step 29 on the seasonal quest line. Once you have it unlocked, run the Starcrossed mission all the way through, and at the end you will get the newest Exotic Bow Wishkeeper. You will now be able to talk to Marasov at the helm and pick up all 4 Catalyst quests. Each of the Catalyst quests require you to do different objectives, but you can actually do them all at once if you want to, and I'm going to walk you through all of the quest steps that you need to do for each of the Catalysts. There are going to be 2 quests that require you to go to the last wish and do an objective, and there's going to be 2 of them that require you to go into the Starcrossed mission to do an objective. If you are wanting to do all 4 at the same time, make sure you do the 2 for the last wish ones first. The first catalyst is called Tower. This one requires you to go to the Starcrossed mission. Launch it on Legend mode, and when you're in it, go to the second room. It is the same room as the second chest location. It is going to look like this. You are then going to go to the right side of the map, and there's going to be this mountain rock looking area. You're going to want to go on top of it. So jump over to that mountain, take some of the leaves upwards until you're on top of it. Walk to this side of the cliff and you should see a light beam from the ground to the sky. It should activate when you're closer to it. Make sure you have Wishkeeper in your hand and ready to go. Once it's activated, you will see dots in the sky that you need to connect with the Wishkeeper bow. Keep shooting the dots until it creates a picture. Once the picture is created, there should be an inscription on the ground that you can pick up, and after that, the quest requires you to finish the legendary Starcrossed mission to complete the catalyst. The second catalyst is called Constellation Lock. If you haven't picked it up from Marasov yet, definitely do. This quest tells you to go to the Dreaming City, and when you do, it is going to tell you to find the light beam in the Spine of Karis. The Spine of Karis is located on the left side of the Dreaming City, so just keep following this pathway until you make it to the left side to this looking building. Instead of walking inside the building, we are going to take a left. Instead of walking inside this building, we are going to take another left over the bridge and up the hill. Once you're on top of the hill, from a distance, you should be able to see a light beam on this rock mountain, and that is exactly where we're gonna go. I am taking this pathway up towards that mountain, and there should be little rock areas on the side of the mountain to jump on until you make it to the top. On the top, make sure you have your Wishkeeper in your hand and ready to go. There should be a light beam from the ground to the sky. It should activate, and the dots in the sky should appear for you to shoot. Once that image has been created, pick up the inscription on the ground, and you are ready to go for a Legend Starcrossed mission. Moving on to the third catalyst called Constellation Pair. If you haven't picked it up yet, make sure you do at Marasov. This one requires you to launch the Legend version of Starcrossed. When you do, after the jumping part and before the boss room, you should be in an area that looks like this, and you should come across a red buff on the ground. When you do, you don't have to pick up the buff. I am just doing it so you know where I'm at. Turn around, and behind that little corner should be a tiny opening for a cave. Inside that cave, you will find the light beam to start the constellation. Make sure you have your Wishkeeper in your hand to connect the dots for the constellation. Once the image has been created, don't forget to pick up the inscription on the ground, and all you have to do is finish the legendary Starcrossed mission to complete the catalyst. The final catalyst, called Constellation Wish, requires you to go to the Dreaming City for an objective. Once you've landed on a Dreaming City, it tells you to go to the Garden of Isila to find a light beam. The Garden of Isila is located to the right bottom side of the map. When you spawn, take a right and drive with your sparrow through the cave until you get to this new looking area. Make another right turn and run or drive up this hill until you make it to this opening. Run through the opening and keep going straight until you make it back outside. Jump up on this hill, and from a distance on the right side, you should see a very large bridge. We're not going to go into that direction, instead we're going to go a little bit more to the left. There you should see a rock mountain with a light beam on the very top. That is where we're gonna go. So run through all the ads until you make it to that mountain, jump all the way on top, and start the constellation. Have your wish keeper in your hand to connect the dots for the final picture. Once the picture is created, pick up the inscription on the ground, and the last step the quest tells you to do is to do a legendary Starcrossed mission. Once you've completed that, you have finally done all 4 catalysts. After you have completed all 4 catalysts, there is a little secret at the end of the Starcrossed mission. Jump behind the skeleton and there are platforms that have formed for every catalyst you've completed. Take the pathway up and through the portal. At the end of that hallway, you will find a little cat and an emblem for you to keep. Now you can go to the Enclave and build your weapon however you want. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope the guide helped, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. I am more than happy to answer them. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.